Ukrainian servicemen from the 47th Separate Mechanized Brigade of the Ukrainian Armed Forces, AFU, using kamikaze drones, reportedly destroyed a Russian T-90M Proryv breakthrough tank, which Russian President Vladimir Putin considers the most modern model in his army. The 47th Brigade's company of attack UAVs released a video showing Ukrainian drones attacking and setting fire to a Russian tank. This unit has already destroyed 6 T-90 Proryv tanks. All 6 were stopped while moving, 2 of them with instant detonation, 2 burned during repeated damage, and 2 failed to ignite, the report stated. The published video captured the first kamikaze drone hitting the engine compartment and stopping the tank. Someone from the adjacent units damaged the upper part of the turret, damaging the guidance optics, the caption to the video said. After that, the turret of the tank began to rotate chaotically, indicating that the Russian troops had no way to return fire, making their tank an easier target. Forbes previously reported that this Russian tank has a flaw its predecessors did not. Even minor damage causes the turret to spin uncontrollably, rendering it incapable of further combat. According to the report, several friendly units tried to set fire to the tank but failed. Subsequently, the pilot of the attack UAV company of the 47th Brigade aimed and launched a kamikaze drone between the turret and the hull. The footage depicted an explosion occurring after the drone struck the tank, leading to the tank catching fire near a road sign adorned with the painted flag of Ukraine. Kyiv Post was not able to independently verify the date and location of the video, but it can be said with a high degree of probability that the moment of the Russian Proryv tank's destruction was recorded on the video. This tank features the latest version of the 125mm gun with stabilization, complex multi-layered combined armor, and an advanced electronic complex with panoramic sights, a thermal imager, and encrypted digital communication. Several theories have been put forward on social media about why the turret of the tank begins to spin uncontrollably when hit. One possibility is that the problem is related to the fire control system. Like other modern tanks, the T-90M gun has automatic guidance that rotates the turret to keep the gun on target. According to this theory, damage to the optics sends a false signal to the fire control system, leading to uncontrolled turret rotation. Another theory relates to the tank's defensive complex. The T-90M has a laser warning receiver adapted from an earlier system, which sounds an alarm when the tank is illuminated by a homing laser, such as from a Hellfire missile. In addition to the warning, the system automatically rotates the turret so that the gun is aimed at the threat and fires special flares to confuse laser targeting. However, since the sensors are external, any damage can cause a false signal, causing the turret to rotate. The exact cost of the T-90M is unknown, but one common estimate puts it at about $4.5 million. Presumably, these tanks are produced by the Russians in small quantities, perhaps only 5 to 10 per month. In late January, a video of one of Russia's best and most modern tanks being hammered by a far less powerful infantry fighting vehicle lit up social media. The viral drone video, first published by Ukraine's 47th Mechanized Infantry Brigade, captured a US-made M2 Bradley hitting a Russian T-90 tank at point-blank range, smashing the heavily armored Russian vehicle with dozens of 25mm high explosive rounds. To be clear, the US-made M2 Bradley infantry fighting vehicle is not a tank, and on paper, the Russian T-90s should have been more than a match even for 2 Bradleys. Russian forces launched 4 separate assaults with armored vehicles on Ukrainian positions along the eastern front line in recent days, as Moscow probes the strength of Kyiv's defenses in the country's Donetsk region. according to a new assessment. Russian troops attacked east of the strategic town of Chasiv Yar and to the northwest of the captured former Ukrainian stronghold of Avdiivka between Monday and Tuesday, the US-based think tank, the Institute for the Study of War, ISW, said in its latest assessment of the war in Ukraine. Moscow also carried out larger mechanized attacks to the southwest of the Russian-controlled regional capital, Donetsk City, and the village of Staromayorsky, not far from the Donetsk border with the neighboring Zaporizhzhia region, the think tank said. Russia did not make significant advances, but likely hoped to test Ukraine's responses after a first wave of Russian attacks in northeastern Ukraine, the ISW evaluated. The Kremlin's forces opened up a new front in Ukraine's northeastern Kharkiv region earlier this month, quickly gaining territory close to the border. Late last week, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said Kyiv's troops had established combat control of the border area where the Russian occupiers entered, in Kharkiv, appearing to contradict reports from Russian officials.
Выстрел!
Орудие! Огонь! Огонь!